This is Midas Radio 95 FM, unrivaled entertainment non-stop.
The news now, latest development, events to look out for, not only in Nigeria, but across the globe.
No provision of subsidy is gone.
Political issues, foreign affairs.
I will protect Social Security and Medicare for our great seniors. They deserve it.
Business reports, sporting events. Entertainment updates and many more, all on Midas Radio 90.5 FM. Unrivaled information, fresh, factual, accurate, unbiased, concise, balanced on Midas Radio News. It's time to bring you stories that matter.
It's 1 o'clock. Hello and good afternoon. I am Oluwasegun. Adeleke was Beyond Nigeria on Midas Radio 90.5 FM, broadcasting live from Adeleke. Here are the highlights. Oyebanji swears in High Court judges. Violence resumes in DR Congo amid ceasefire deal. North Korea ruling party re-elects country's leader as General Secretary. Now the news in detail. Governor Biodun Oyebanji has sworn in 5 newly appointed High Court judges in Ekiti State, urging them to uphold the highest standards of integrity as they strengthen judiciary, as all eyes are now on them. Speaking at the ceremony in Adeleke, the governor said the appointments were timely, noting that Ekiti Court are handling a growing volume of cases due to expanding commercial activities and rising public confidence in the judicial process. Oyebanji charged the judges to uphold the Constitution, act with fairness, and maintain impartiality, stressing that their decisions carry great power and responsibility.
I charge you to remain an example of equity, fairness, and do your work with integrity and eyes. The standards of behavior and practice expected of judges are among the highest and most stringent all around the world. All eyes will be on you to dispense justice speedily, yet fairly, and impartially. You will be expected to live and act above boards in all circumstances.
He praised the leadership of the Chief Judge of Ekiti State, Justice Adeleke Ogunmoye, and acknowledged the contributions of the late Chief Judge, Justice John Adeyeye, who began the appointment process before his passing.
I must place on record personally the contribution of our late Chief Judge, Justice John Adeyeye, who started this process. His wise counsel and guidance, even on his sick bed, contributed to the success of today's program. His soul continues to rest in peace. We are also grateful to the NJC for approving our recommendations without any glitch.
The 5 approved judicial officers are Olanike Adegoke, Julius Bamishe, Julius Ajibare, Stephen Akinyede, and Adefunke Anoma. Away from that, the All Progressives Congress says it is considering taking legal action after losing the Gwagwalada Area Council in Saturday's Federal Capital Territory Council elections. Speaking at the party's Situation Room, Chairman of the FCT APC Campaign Council and the Governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, explained that the party intends to challenge the Gwagwalada results in court. He noted that APC will continue reviewing electoral documents to determine if there is a chance to reclaim the seat through legal means. Despite winning 5 of the 6 chairmanship seats in Abuja, Buhari, Kwali, Kuje, and Abaji, the party fell short in Gwagwalada, where the People's Democratic Party emerged victorious. Away from Nigeria, clashes have resumed between the Congolese army and AFC M23 rebels in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. despite a ceasefire proposed by Angola's President João Lourenço. Both sides blame each other for violating the truce, with Kinshasa accusing the rebels of consolidating their positions while talks continue. Uvira Major Kifara Kiki said the government seeks peace, alleging the rebels are looting for Rwanda. M23, however, denied the claims, accusing government forces of launching strikes and ground offenses on their positions and nearby areas. In the meantime, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has raised alarm over widespread violations of international law and mounting civilian suffering in conflicts in Sudan, Gaza, and Ukraine. Speaking at the opening of the Human Rights Council in Geneva, he said human rights are being deliberately undermined and warned member states against treating international human rights as a menu to pick from. Guterres defended the UN human rights system, describing it as being in survival mode due to funding cuts, attacks on its experts, and the United States' withdrawal from a key accountability mechanism. He added that humanitarian needs are surging worldwide as funding continues to decline. Meanwhile, Ukraine has launched an investigation into an attack in Lviv where 2 explosions killed a police officer and injured 25 others. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said several suspects had been detained, including a 33-year-old woman accused of planting the bombs on instructions from a Russian contact. The first blast occurred as police responded to a reported break-in near a shopping center, while a second device exploded after more officers arrived at the scene. Ukraine's Interior Minister Hyo Klimenko alleges that Russia may have aimed to target law enforcement and undermine national resilience. You're still listening to Beyond Nigeria on Midas Radio 90.5 FM at Duikiti.
Remember to protect the land of honor and integrity. Please visit www.midasradio905.fm for more information, and you can follow us across our social media platforms at Midas Radio 905 for regular updates. You can also download our app on Apple or Play Store for convenient access and your listening pleasure. Midas Radio cares about you, and we are committed to bringing you stories that matter.
You're welcome back. Many thanks for staying with us. Moving on to the rest of the news. Violence has ensued in Mexico following the killing of alleged drug lord Nemesio Oseguera by the Mexican army, along with 6 suspected cartel gunmen. Authorities in 8 states suspended in-person classes, while the judiciary authorized the judges to close courts where necessary as unrest intensified. The United States had previously placed a $15 million bounty on Oseguera, leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel. The army said the 59-year-old was wounded during a clash with soldiers in Tapalpa, Jalisco State, and died while being airlifted to Mexico City. President Claudia Sheinbaum urged citizens to remain calm. In Asia, a bus accident has claimed the lives of 19 passengers, including a British national, after the vehicle plunged about 200 meters off a hilly road in western Nepal. Police said the bus carrying 44 passengers from Pokhara in Kathmandu crashed at Begi Ghat in Darling district. Among the 25 injured are a New Zealander and a Chinese national, who are receiving treatment in hospitals and Kathmandu. 9 of the victims have been identified so far. In the meantime, unauthorized drones disrupted 54 flights at Da Nang International Airport in Vietnam during the Lunar New Year holiday period. The disruption followed 2 separate incidents last week in which flights were delayed or forced into holding patterns after authorities detected drones flying dangerously close to aircraft. Officials said it remains unclear who was operating the drones or how close they came to the planes. Finally, North Korea's ruling Workers' Party has unanimously re-elected Kim Jong-un as its General Secretary during its 5-yearly Congress in Pyongyang. The decision extends Kim's 15-year leadership of the country's sole governing party. Delegates credited him with strengthening North Korea's nuclear arsenal and boosting its regional standing. The Congress also elected new members to the party's Central Committee and approved revisions to party rules. Well, that's beyond Nigeria this afternoon, but before we go, here is a recap of the major stories. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has sworn in 5 newly appointed High Court judges, urging them to uphold the highest standards of integrity as they strengthen the state judiciary, as all eyes are now on them. Clashes have resumed between the Congolese army and AFC M23 rebels in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, despite a ceasefire proposed by Angola's President João Lourenço. Finally, North Korea's ruling Workers' Party has unanimously re-elected Kim Jong-un as its General Secretary during its 5-yearly Congress in Pyongyang. Well, that's Beyond Nigeria, as edited by Blessing Ogundola. My name is Oluwasegun Adeleke. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon.